Wait, they wrestled in CZW? I'm sure some of you are familiar with the world's greatest tag team. I mean, who can forget Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin teaming up alongside Kurt Angle to form Team Angle? Before Charlie Haas became a 3-time WWE Tag Team Champion, he was a CZW Tag Team Champion. I'm talking all the way back in 1999, within CZW's first year. Charlie and his brother Russ made their debut in the Combat Zone at the show called The War Begins under the team name the Haas Brothers. They were led by their manager Big Mac Smack and donned some Confederate flag headbands that, hey guys, okay, it was a New Jersey crowd and they didn't seem to mind that much. It was a different time, okay? In fact, they were cheered pretty heavily. They did end up losing their debut match to the Kingpins due to Mac Smack accidentally hitting Charlie with a foreign object, but they would soon rebound and become one of the dominant tag teams in the year 2000 for CZW. In their second match, the Haas Brothers came out, rocking more Confederate flags, looking to get revenge on Big Mac Smack, who ended up turning his back on him in what could be described as possibly the worst performance ever. That's not an exaggeration. Big Mac Smack took the pin and lost the match for him and Wife Beater. Then the very next month at CZW Climbing the Ladder, the Haas Brothers defeated 3 other teams to dethrone the Cash Marino Brothers and win the CZW Tag Team Championships. Things got out of control at points when, in true CZW fashion, the match spilled out into the fans and all over the gymnasium. After the Hit Squad and the Thrill Kill Cult were eliminated, the Haas Brothers pinned Robbie Marino to win the belts. After becoming champions, the Haas Brothers successfully defended their titles against the Shane Twins at March Violence, then against the Bad Crew at CZW Expelled, then took down Trent Acid and Ty Street in April at Controversy 101, then at Winner Takes All in a match where everyone wore blue for some reason. I don't know. It was a true bizarre finish. During the match, Justice Pain came out, stealing the tag team titles, distracting the Haas Brothers, and the ref just called for the bell. The match was ruled a no contest, but for what? I do not know. The only thing I do know, though, is that the Shane Twins were angry that they were screwed out of their titles, and they ended up putting Charlie and Russ through a table in frustration. The story that was being told at the time was Justice Pain was going around CZW stealing all of the championships, so at CZW A Living Hell, Zandig made Justice Pain face all of the champions in a single night, which meant that he did have to end up facing the Haas Brothers, but with the mystery partner, which ended up being ECW's Cronus. And this thing ended up being very brutal. During the match, Charlie took a full Nelson suplex onto a table, and it looks like it absolutely killed him. And then in another crazy table spot, Charlie German suplexed Russ across the ring and kinda put Cronus through that table. Just when it looked like the Haas Brothers were about to win, Justice Pain came back into the ring and drilled referee Rob Hartog with a chair, ending the match via DQ.
We came! We beat ass! We got our belts back!
So with that, the Haas Brothers had their titles back in their possession, but the very next match Charlie had was on WWF Jacked, and we know the rest is history. As for the Haas Brothers Tag Team titles, Russ showed up at CZW Cage to the End in June of 2000 to defend the titles in a singles match against one half of the newly formed Backseat Boys, talking Johnny Cashmere. Well, I mean, I guess it was a singles match. Trent was in there the whole time. I don't know. The funny thing is, Trent Acid, who wasn't really supposed to be legally in the match, picked up the win, but I don't know. Maybe that was part of their, heel story that they were doing. So with that, the titles went to the newly formed Backseat Boys, who would go on to be one of CZW's greatest tag teams, to be fair. So during their 7 months with the company, the Haas Brothers picked up 7 wins. In fact, the only loss Charlie suffered in CZW period was in his debut match. You would have to imagine with the hot streak the Haas brothers were on, if they didn't get signed by the WWE, their history in CZW would probably have them ranked up in the top best tag teams in the company's history, though it was cut short. And either way, luckily Charlie went on to become a fantastic tag team wrestler. Hey, I really hope you guys just enjoyed the video, and I want you to keep in mind that all the footage you just seen was purchased by me via SmartMarkVideo.com. Guys, don't be a dick, don't be a pirate. Pay the guys that work hard to do what we all love. Thanks.